I have one logistic, which would be that we do a, my proposal is to start here with an hour and then maybe go a bit longer. Uh, but I would like to do a shorter meeting tonight. Any logistics from either of you?
No.
No, not for me.
Okay, thank you. I was, as I was sensing the space, Austin, I was just kind of telling this to heal. I'm realizing that I want to have a different, something like it's time for me to have a more clear purpose for this men's group or project or something. And I've loved how it's gone so far. And I just noticed tonight, I was like, what are we going to do? And and I don't have a like problem with that not knowing, but there's a part of me where it's like I want to have something for like a set period of time to be sinking my teeth into with other men. And one of the things that Heel brought up was like wounding between men, which is but in relationship with other men. And I think there are a couple of topics like that for me where it's like, yeah, I was also thinking mom, like mom as a whole topic for a little while. But that's what I'm considering. And I just wanted to share that with you at the beginning here.
Do you have a burning necessity yourself that you believe
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, I do. And I don't know how to create it here. But I have this, I just I just spent my day in such an alive experience with, and I could talk about it, but I have a burning desire for creating, becoming someone who can source aliveness and source like really exactly what I want moment to moment and day to day, and maybe not even can, but it's like that I do, that I'm becoming more equipped somehow.
And can you share a bit about like the like what happened for you that you noticed this necessity within you?
Yeah, been a lot of things. Like some of it breaking up with a partner, but there's been a couple of things where I'm just like, yeah, I can feel that there are things that I want or want to create, and then maybe I can't give them a name yet. It's just like I get a vague sensation of it, and I am accustomed to not. I'm accustomed to staying at my computer, for instance, or I'm accustomed to
Mm-hmm.
creating a space that I already know it works, like a rage club or even an expand the box. But there's something else in me. Like I can feel it. I can feel there is like a real magician in me. And 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 I want to, and it's like I take more a different kind of risk with life. Like that there's something in me that I could let out and it would be burning to be alive. And there and that's I don't know if I'm still answering your question, Gil, but it's something like that that I can feel I get bored with my life. And it's not because life isn't good enough, but it's more like I'm not creating what I'm burning for. And I have that a bit with this group right now too, where it's like, what can I provide that would be useful is part of where I come from. It's like, what can I provide that would be useful for men on the path? And it's not, doesn't yield like the same aliveness as I want. I
Yeah, I hear you. There's something about the question that you ask. You go from saying, I'm not creating what I want and I can sense it. But then you come to the space as what can I provide for this space? Instead of like, I'm curious why the question is not, this is what I'm burning to bring. And I trust the necessity to enliven the space instead of focused on, yeah, what does the space need or something.
yeah,
Curious about that.
I I'm investigating. Well, yeah. I mean, I want to share a little about my day. And it started for me with like I've been on a practice with my gremlin where I sit with my gremlin for a half hour a day and I just ask, what do you want to do? Like what's the job? And so it's not just gremlin feeding, but it's really what job do you want to do? And I got different answers this week so far. And some of them have been from my box, but some were just like, that was it. Like that was so like here was the job. And they're simple, but here was the job. And I'm like, let's go do it. And it brings so much life to my life. It's like exactly the thing. And I yesterday I just posted something on Facebook here that said, I want to do a rage club in the town I'm in. Who knows something about where I can host this? And of course, there's some guy here that I had been in conversations with in the United States a year ago, and he's just here in town, and he's connected to everybody, and he just says, "Come over tomorrow." And for reference, I'm in Bali, like I'm in Indonesia, and this guy's here. And there's a couple more people coming in 2 weeks. That Scott and Sydney. If you don't know them, they're great. You should know them. Not should, but anyway. So today I could feel he invites me to this potluck, and in the morning my box is just like, I'm scared. I don't want to go. It's too much. It'll be too much pressure. I don't know anyone there. Like all this. And I immediately heard from my gremlin, like, give me the job. I'll get you there. We'll just numb all that shit in your box until we get there. And then we'll get you in a situation you can't get out of easily. And we'll just take it. And so I was like, great, take the job. And I just spent the last 9 hours, something like 9 hours with these people, uh, going from like thing to thing. But like I feel a little bit of scared to share this because it's like there was a lot of sexual energy happening there. And I just like dove in dove into it. Like I dove into like immediately this conversation with this woman that was so nourishing, and to listen to her and talk to her and see her opening and like enjoy the space with her. I was like, oh my God, I've been wanting that. Like I've been craving this
Yeah,
experience.
you're gone with the connection.
Uh,
Also for you, Austin.
Yeah, I'm here with you and I don't have Devin.
can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see you and hear you again.
Okay. Anyway,
The last I heard was the woman it was the conversation was nourishing.
very,
Mm-hmm.
very, and I had a few conversations like this, and I could feel there was a moment where I was like, "This is the time. I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here." And then just again, my gremlin uh was like, "Let's stay another 3 hours and see what happens." So like these really big leaps. And anyway, I don't even want to go too much further with telling you specifics, but it was like that is the adventure, and there's a next, there's next parts of this adventure, but I want more of that in my life, and I don't know how I would create a space with you all where it's like that is part of the result for me and for other people, but it's like I'm burning for that kind of lit life. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
burning to sit at a computer and answer messages. Not that I don't want to do that, but it's like the way I've been doing it has been so dead. And that's what I don't want anymore. this is what I'm bringing as part of what I want.
You're gone again.
No,
Hmm.
fuck, I hate it. You guys never leave for me.
Okay, you're visually back. Yeah.
Okay.
The last thing that you said was like, "This is what I want," I think.
Yeah, I think you get the picture. Maybe not, but this is what I have. This is the communication I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At first, like I thought, like, oh, like I have ideas for you. And then I thought, like, no, like I don't want to like pose any ideas on you. And like connected to what you were saying is like, it, it it would have to come through you or from you, like about what you want to create, and not again about this, what you maybe think you should do. So yeah, maybe, and probably you've asked this question yourself again or before, but like what is the burning? Like what is within you that's really burning and that is like, okay, like this with regards to like the gremlin aliveness,
Mhm.
what's burning there?
I don't know that it's different than what I said. It's something like I just lived a whole day of my life at the very edge of my box, or even outside of it. And I want I want I want to build my life there.
Mm.
Like I've done a lot. I don't, I feel scared because I'm making this about me. There's a part of me where I'm like, when do we get to this being about the men's group? But maybe this is where it starts. It's like, I want that, man. I really want that. And I want that with men too. Um, no, I don't want to even go there yet. It's like,
What I'm getting from what Heel's question is, and I almost noticed you blocked his communication by saying, I don't know how it's different than what I said. For me,
okay,
something happened whenever you blocked that communication. And what I get is trying to get the crystallization or what's the, you shared a lot, but then like what's the core communication in 2 or 3 sentences? Like what's the real gold in this aliveness that's underneath the story to get really to the clarity?
I am burning to be like rawly alive and like
Oh,
fucking no hesitation. I know what I want, and these filters of like my box filters of oh it'll be scary, I shouldn't do it, or I'll look a certain way. It's like I want to just end that. I want to move past that.
Oh,
Like I want that. That is really an identity that is truly optional. It's like nowadays it wasn't before. It's like that's optional now, which means being alive is also a real option. It's not something else someone creates for me.
oh,
I have it. Like I have the key. I have these amazing keys, and I can unlock so much for people in processes
go.
and spaces. And it's like I have been withholding using those keys on myself, and I just it's like that feels like my initiation right now. It's like to end to make a change there, like to use the keys on myself in my life, and some of it feels selfish, honestly. It's like going and doing what I did today. There's a part of me where I'm like, that's so selfish. Or what good did it do? And it's just another block. Like I want to, that's what I want.
oh, Devin, thank you.
Go.
Thank you.
That lands. box, living from your box is truly optional. It's not just like this distant possibility, but you have tools and keys to create something and live outside of your box, even if it there's stories about it being selfish. And I get you're discovering new ways, sourcing nonlinearity with your gremlin, and new experiments on how to live outside of your box or beyond your box, or to create something else.
Yes, thank you. I have one other thing I want to say. I think I've said it, but I am holding spaces for people to go through processes lately, especially men, has been so satisfying in a way that it was not satisfying for a little while. And so there's something for me there as well. I almost just want to say I'm only holding spaces and I don't want to spend a million hours on my computer, but there's something where it's like I have that impulse to give out in a way right now.
Hmm. And there's a little bit of fear that I have right now of like you only want to hold spaces, and it's like I feel fear because it sounds to me that you're holding spaces for other people, for men. And what my fear is telling me is, are you also holding space for yourself? Or are you letting yourself be held in spaces by somebody else?
Mhm. I think that's it. Also, that's part of exactly the step. Like today, the place I went, I out people were holding space for me, and it wasn't processes, but it was like people who know how to touch, like people who just know
Mhm.
how to move, uh, and it was great. So I'm with you, y'all. There's something where it's like, yeah, I need to open that door. I want to open that door wider for myself and also outside the game world possibility management.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel really like I'm I'm speaking what I need to say, like some things that I need to say clearly with you too. Thank you for the questions and the listening.
What comes for me is I was just on a walk this morning, and I was having my own version of a conversation like this with my gremlin, which was new for me. And I haven't, my journey is somewhat new. I haven't even been to preface yet, but my own new kind of conversation with my gremlin related to being in my aliveness. Okay, what do I want to share here? I've been I've been creating these walks in the morning where the sensuality of my bodies and my physical body, and really with my fear, opens up the sensitivity to just be with just magic. I've been so used to waking up in this depression and this like this heaviness, and mornings just suck and something's happening. I go on these walks and I am creating some kind of place where the sensuality of just the simplicity of being with the trees, and there's some new ripeness, new juiciness that's the sensuality that I'm touching. And this morning I was noticing how I was checking out what my gremlin is up to, because this gets in the way of this sensuality contact that's so simple. And so what I did with my gremlin, I was like, okay, this is what I do with my son. I said, okay, will you give me well, first I said, I want to be on this walk and really be sensitive in the sensual experience of just being in my bodies and letting the wind touch me and the sun kiss me. And I get that it's not working somehow. Will you give me three possibilities this is what I do with my son to let him have like his choice. Will you give me three possibilities on what you want to do, and I will choose one or negotiate one with you because yeah, I want you to have a job. And okay, I feel fear. Yeah, saying what it was, but his first one was like, oh yeah, I just psychic sex, or like I want to be with a woman and I just want to like really feed nom 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 on that. Is that possible? He was like, okay, thank you. What's this? You have any other two other possibilities? And the second possibility was, um, second possibility was, I want to be in. I want to create some fantasy about this woman that I'm getting really close to and maybe partnership with. I want to like go into just fantasy land and just nom nom nom. I just want to like the juiciest fantasies and just live there in this kind of ecstasy. It's like, okay, thank you. What's the third possibility? He said, well, third possibility is I want to like be scanning for some kind of nonlinearity of like something so unexpected about to go into this min space. Like I want to like come up with all of this like completely unexpected way of like shaking up your world or something, like just always be scanning for this and then just bring these things, like have this kind of fun. I was like, okay. And what I did is I said, well, I have like 20 minutes until this call. And I said, I'll give you 1% of my attention to go and do this psychic sex thing on your own, in your own turf. Like go create this world or go do this. I'll give you 1% of my attention, no more. And I'm going to bring all the rest of my attention into this moment. And then when we get to this space, we'll switch and we'll switch to the nonlinearity. Does that work for you? Any resistance? No, no resistance. And so we created this. And this speaks to me is because there's something in me too that's like exploring some new ways of relating with my gremlin, to have my gremlin on my team for my this aliveness and this sensuality of and being in this space really clearly with my purpose in this space. And so this is something that was just fresh necessity, that where I was just coming from 20 minutes before I entered this space. And so this speaks to me with this new way of what you're talking about with um, communicating and relating maybe with your gremlin
Hmm.
in service of being like, yeah, I really wanted to be in the aliveness and the sensuality of my morning walk in nature and let that be the starting nourishing breakfast for my day. And so yeah, I bring this necessity as well too that touches me from what you shared.
I'm curious, like, how did this aliveness feel different from the usual walk? Like, for example, if this would be the usual walk, like, how did this aliveness, because of this gremlin conversation, like, how was that aliveness?
Oh, it gives it, yeah, I feel so much joy. It's like so intoxicating. All of a sudden my senses just come online and are like so sensitive and almost like overwhelmed with so much pleasure. But nothing like I was only a little bit farther on my walk. Like nothing changed externally, but I navigated and created something within myself, experimented to do something, and all of a sudden I access just magic and pleasure and simplicity and yeah, it nourishes something in my day. It really, when I have this in the morning, it really changes the rest of my day. Yeah, am I answering the question? Yeah, it opens up really quickly. It really switches like from being numb and being like unconscious and asleep kind of and like barely touching 2 or 3% of what's possible to all of a sudden poof, just taking in yeah, the just simple magic and sensuality of my body's being open in contact with the moment and nature.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is really, I feel sad because this is really precious. This is really precious to me. I've lived, mm, yeah, something about taking back my mornings. I want to take back my mornings to really hold space for myself in this way with something very nourishing for my bodies and to keep building this practice of inhabiting and incarnating into my bodies and living from this place. I started my day off yesterday, and yesterday was so magical. I had a morning space with Devin that was so such a gift upon gifts. And then I went to relate with another woman, and I had been sloppy with putting my sexual, like putting it on the table very like obviously, and I just finally just like actually yeah I think I'm using my gremlin to bypass this emotional like to jump through my emotional fear to just go. And then it just, yeah, what's on the other side of that emotional box fear is just like all of a sudden we both put our cards on the table and we sourced clarity and saw that no, it's actually not an integrity. And instead of that being like my box fear of like this being bad and not creating, we actually came closer. And all of a sudden I'm like, I see your being
Mm.
now. Holy shit. Like, I'm not even attached to the sexual thing. I thought I was. It was like something like,
Yeah.
I need the sexual, I need this with you. And then when it was clear and I energetically said, I take this sexual intimacy card off the table now. And at that moment I looked at her and I saw her. And yeah, the day just kept being more magical. And anyway, so I share this because like this nourishing breakfast really feeds my day. So I want this. And yeah. And now I have this fear as well too, like coming up like, oh wow, why am I really taking up time and space to share my stories? And so
Yo, you should shoot that voice. That would be a
Mm.
good one to shoot.
taking up too much time, Austin. Bang, bang, bang!
Go.
Taking too much time, Austin. Bang, bang, bang!
And will you, after shooting the voices, just come back to this space of you just having said all you said?
Yeah, looking back at you now, there's like this hello again as I make contact again with you. Yeah, I feel angry. I feel angry because I also want to source something beyond this emotional fear box pattern that I have.
Go.
It comes up so fucking much. And I'm so over it. It's like I'm tired of it. I'm exhausted. It's just like, okay, I get it. Emotional fear here, emotional fear, this emotional fear here, emotional fear here. And it's like, okay, I get it, but is it optional? Do I like that's the do I have keys to create something else, or do I just keep living like emotional fear? So play it small, emotional fear. So keep waiting, emotional fear. So keep pretending, emotional fear. So keep freezing, like that's not living. And I feel angry about this because yeah, I want to live now and I want to create like something else is possible. And yesterday like this was some examples of that. And on these morning walks it's like why like one of the reasons why they're precious is because it touches into like yeah that something else is possible. So much that nothing externally changes except
Mm.
I nego- I choose something else, some kind of internal thing that I have the power to source, to resource myself, and nothing changes except for everything changes. So yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm angry because yeah, I want to get to this where living from my box in this box spheres is optional because so much the times I get past it, so yeah, like so much that I didn't even expect. Like you said, Devin, with this like this totally random sexual energy touching place is just like something else besides what I know is possible waiting on the other side of this. And so I'm angry for yeah, I just want something else possible. I want to find the keys. And I want to research this, yeah, with you.
You
You
want
sort of
something
petered
else.
off there at the end. What do you really want? You said you want to research this with us.
Mm,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, first of all, it's just like I'm so glad took that you took up this space. Like the whole thing I just shot, Devin, I'm so glad you took up space because it worked for me hearing the layers, but then like when you finally got to the end and actually like touch your aliveness, just like I'm alive for something and let me tell you the details and then
Mhm.
like the steps and then you finally like hit it and it felt and it landed in the space like what's happening? Kind of
What do
lost.
you want? What's this center? Like, what's at the center of your bringing?
Like like I want hmm. First, I'm really glad that you share that, Devin, because it gives me it gives me a bit more. It gives me something. What is it that it gives me? It gives
You
me
just
something a
want
bit.
to check it. Is it joy or feeling as you say, I'm glad right now? It looks like a different feeling to me.
Yeah, angry. My mind is like, what the fuck? It doesn't make.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, check it out. I mean, is it that you're actually angry, or is it that you haven't really expressed your joy before, other than as anger? Just check what's happening in me. Am I actually angry? Even if it doesn't make sense that I would be angry about this, I'm angry.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow down then. All right. It's feels like sadness in my chest.
Okay.
Some yeah, now something's happening, just like kind of blocking something.
Mm. You notice like what the sentence was about, and maybe more importantly, what happened just before the block, if you can pinpoint that.
It's like yeah, I'm like it's like there's I don't know if I have a map here. If I'm dropping below my mind or like my I don't know if I know how to name the experience.
I would say you can drop that of it has to be or like tying it to a map or how to name it. Yeah.
I feel yeah, I feel sad because yeah, I get the preciousness of life that I want to be in contact with. Mm. And it's sad because this I largely lived with this box and this emotional fear not being optional. And sad because I'm building something, and then Devin, when you said it, it like became another piece, a key to open that up and like sense into the possibility. And this is, I want to live my, I want to live, I want to create my life and live my life, really live.
Want to create and really live your own life.
Mm-hmm. And I feel, I feel, I feel scared because now Devin, now looking at you, something, yeah, something shifted. Like I moved a bit farther from you somehow. Like I noticed I put up some like hard thing in front of my heart, or
Yes. Maybe it won't work, but just drop it. Just drop it right now. We've spent too many lifetimes bumping into each other and not really connecting. So we could just drop it.
mm-hmm. I can drop it. I do drop it. Yeah, I can. I drop it. Something else is possible. It is happening. And now there's the joy. Hello, Devin. And hello, Heal.
Hello,
I
Austin. Do you want to check out this heel guy with me and see what's really going on with him?
Oh, I do. What do you got for us, Heal?
I feel my heart slowly starting to pump a little bit more to receiving some tension or attention. And like what is on my heart is that it's related to just before this session and also yesterday and I think 5 days ago. when I call with Michael, and like I noticed there's I want to jump into the feeling. Yeah, there's like this stop that comes when I send or I get into some sadness, and then my sadness increases a bit, and then at some point it plateaus, and then like there's this fear coming in, and then I like recently, like today and also yesterday, I've seen like a picture of my brother or my dad, and it's only with men that I have like images pop in when this fear comes, and it's related to my relation with men in general, and like yeah, that's what I'm longing for, like connections with men where I feel like it's safe to fully be vulnerable, and yeah, like I don't have a lot of experience in the past where that has been possible. So there's a part of me that's still like when there's a man in this space that's like stiffens up and like feels
Mhm.
like like it's vulnerable to show myself. And I feel like it's with me, but it's not just with me. It's like I sense it's bigger than myself, and I see it or I notice it with me, and also like see the hands waving. And I talk with Matthias and Jonas here at the community that I live in, and also like some days ago with Michael. We both had like emotions coming up. Like we were texting about the men's initiation group, and he responded like days later, and then I responded to that days later. We both had emotions coming up that led us to respond later. So we went on a call, and it was so healing, and I cried so much, and I felt so much joy about. It was like a male friend that not only a male friend, I never knew him before then. I had never seen him, I never talked to him. And I could be with him in a space where I could fully reveal myself. And that's for me super healing. And it's connected to yesterday's sadness, where I was in the group in group time and I noticed so much sadness. And each time, like also now, like I was closing my eyes when I noticed sadness of like wanting to tune in. And it's connected to like wanting to be with myself in my sadness and I kind of like hiding myself. And it's connected to this fear about being vulnerable, specifically with men. And
Heal.
yeah, yes.
What about right now? You're with two men. And what is so scary with us right now about revealing your heart so we
Like
can be closer to you, so we can hear it? And you could just look at one of us, like you could look at Austin or look at me and just say, it's scary because you dot dot dot, but so we can get closer to you.
mhm. For me, when you ask the question for me, what directly came in is like it's scary because I feel like I will be either attacked, laughed at, or ignored if I show my vulnerability. Yeah. it's scary saying that. Yeah, it's like fear about being myself fully.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a this fear is like wanting to like numb the sadness because I feel like I could be attacked by you. And it's even now like seeing this like I don't have so much access to my sadness right now, but like it's saddening to me like definitely like I trust you so deeply, like so deeply. And Austin, even though like I don't know you so much, like I've seen you be vulnerable. So like there's trust with you, but like it's not with you two. Like it's deeper. Like it's yeah, it's deep. I, there's the voice in my head that's like, okay, like if I feel the sensations now, it would go into an HP and it might not be the space for this. If I would let my emotions or feelings be here. Yeah. I want to let them be here a bit.
Me too.
And it's fear and some sadness, but mostly fear.
Yeah, would you let the sounds come to you?
Yeah, like the sadness comes because I noticed like this is exactly what I want in spaces with men, where it's okay to like fully feel and to like whatever arises to fully be there. Because like this is not what I have experienced in the past. This is like what I want to have in spaces.
And he like, got like you were in contact with the sadness, and then you like popped up to tell us that bit from your
Yes.
head. Will you see if
Yes.
you can stay in contact with the sadness and let the sadness have the words instead of the what you know have the words?
Thank you.
Hmm.
It's like fuck.
And maybe it could even be lower level sadness. Maybe it doesn't have to be as big as it is right now. But yeah, I'm curious if you could access even low level sadness and let that speak.
Yeah, there's a sadness too. Like not knowing how to be in spaces with men. And like kind of like funneling myself into a certain shape because like that's how I have experienced being with men.
Will you try just as you speak? You said there is a sadness. and bring it to you. I feel sad. I feel sad. And you could even bring it to us. I feel sad because I don't know how to be in space with you.
Yeah, like I feel sad because being in this space with you, like I I go into this and this shape as I have been in spaces with men. And I don't know like how to navigate that. To I don't know how to like be more myself with you.
You feel sad because in this space with these two men, with me and Devin, you go into a different shape instead of be yourself.
Yes, and then it arises like, do I even know how to be myself without this space? Like, is this like this shape shifting like just with you being with men, or is it with me in general? It's a different topic, but yeah, that came up.
Mhm.
But yes,
And it was really working. Yeah, before that, like that piece, you can maybe pin that, but it's really working where you were really getting to something juicy and with letting that sadness speak. We see if there's more. You're sad because you're not really being you here right now.
it's like I don't know who I am because it goes so much to the mind.
I go so much to the mind. So you bring it back
Because I
here.
go so much to the mind.
Mhm.
Because it's more analyzing and explaining.
You caught yourself.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And maybe you could just even say one of our names and just let your heart speak to one of us.
Yeah, like Devin, like what you said right now, like you caught yourself. Like that triggered like more sadness in me because like that's like that's how I want to be with men and men to be with me.
Yes. Say more. What is that? What happened that you want more of?
I want to be with men. And I want men to be with me. It's like you noticing where I go into my automatic self and like but share that. That's from the heart now.
And will you just try right now? Choose. You have two men right in front of you right now.
I feel fear. I feel fear because like not knowing or like going back in uh, going back in patterns. I don't want to go back in patterns. Could you ask the question again, Austin?
Yeah, I hear you saying like you're with two men now, but I hear you keep saying I don't know how to be with men, like in this general sense. And like, what do you want before we, you know, if we take a few more minutes here, like, what does your heart really want right here now with two men? Like, what is it that's precious to you?
My heart wants like full vulnerability with each other, and for me to be able to like fully show myself, like fully show my heart with you, and for you to like be like not only like be able to hear that, but there's some hope of other men like want to be hearing that, like not for me, but just also for them and like something bigger, like in
Mhm.
general, like are relating as men. And there is sadness coming now. Like I feel sad because there's like hope, like there's like a wanting of men to also be with me, and there's like fear that men don't want that or that don't want that or don't know how to be with that or don't know the preciousness of it, the preciousness of like being in vulnerability in relation with men. I want to be with, I want to go deeper.
Mhm. There also might not be words yet. The feeling might not have words yet. It would just be felt.
Ah, 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 Oh, I feel joy with like going. I go in with the feelings, like less giving a fuck up of how you might want me to be or think I should be.
Mm.
Joy because. Is there more?
Yeah, I feel joy because mm, there's like less of essentially I'm like getting in a head high of maybe breathing in a certain way. But I feel joy because I'm letting myself be more here and not analyze you about like how you might want the place to be. And I'm like going into like how I want to be in this space and how I want like a relationship with men to be.
Will you instead of saying men, will you use the two men's names that you have in front of you? So it's not just about whatever that means, men. But right
Thank you.
now,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel joy because like right now I choose to go with Finn and you, Devin, in our relating in our yeah, like our space together. And there's some sadness with that or some tears. I'm not sure if it's gladness or sadness. I want to give that space, those tears. Yeah. And now because I said I want to give space to these tears, and I feel glad because I again went with what I want with a space with me, Heal, and with you, Austin, you, Devin.
Go heal.
I'm glad that you unfold because now I see this other shape of heel, not this something like this compact and making shape, but something bigger, unnameable, and yeah. Hello, heel.
Austin.
Any final words, men?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, like right now, like I'm again in I think what seems to be like in a body sensation high of maybe because of the laughter as well. And like this, my body feels super sensitive and like with the joy, like with the joy that I feel of being like taking a step into, yeah, and step into like what I want to. Yeah, I don't want to say what I want to create because that feels automatic, but what I want to live, like how I want to live. And that's connected to today's walk, where I did exactly this of not taking another step until like I take a step into what I want with not automation, but what I really want, like only when I really want. And that's super connected to right now. And I feel joy noticing that. And I want to say this now because I feel some fear wanting to say this now, but I want to be active in the men's initiation group and share or maybe create, but I want some activation because this is what I'm longing for. Like meetings, like not specifically meetings, but connection with men in exploration of being sensitive, being vulnerable. Like going from this like this bottle of me to like whatever that I'm trying to be, I'm wanting to be.
Will you write something in the space and with the spirit of going first of what you really want in this space and what you really care about and what's burning in you to really put yourself on the table in the group?
I feel scared and joy. It's a yes for me.
Yeah.
I feel glad with the small yay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Devin.
Yeah, thanks for the nonlinear space, guys.
Hmm.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.